Hey guys, welcome to the Stream Space, or welcome back if you've been here before. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's a special video, because we've reviewed tech before, but along the lines of Mario, I wanted to look, and Zelda, respectively. We didn't take a look at these when these first came out, but I wanted to do a review on them, because some people are like, what is the point of these things? So I figured, let's get into them. So we have, in our most recent pickup video, we did a video regarding the Game & Watch Super Mario Bros. Edition. We got it as a Christmas gift. So that's this guy. We're actually going to unbox this one and go over this one and the Zelda one so you guys can see everything that you get. Now, I don't know if the Mario one was as impressive as the Zelda one, because I know on the Zelda one you get the 1, like you get Legend of Zelda 1, Legend of Zelda 2, and then Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Game Boy Classic. I don't think it's the color edition because I can only get it to play in black and white. Yeah, you get those 3 games and a Game & Watch game called Vermin. And so you kill rats or something. Anyways, obviously they both function as watches. They're not just game systems. You can use them as a watch. They will sit there and display the time for hours on end. Like I don't charge these things. I've only charged my Zelda one twice. So the battery life is absolutely phenomenal. I should do a test to see how long they can last during gameplay, but I know that I played a good chunk of Link's Awakening without problems, and like I got through like the first opening area and to the point where you can go to the sword and stuff like that, and it was a nice, pleasant experience. I enjoyed it, and it's a simple 2-button. They can only really support 2-button games, so it's just the super duper basic games, but it's absolutely lovely. Anyways, I figured we'd get into unboxing this, and then we'll show you the other one. So let's get the shindig started. Okay, we got. Okay, so the cardboard here. This is taped. This plastic here is taped to the cardboard. Well, on both ends, of course. I am gonna see if I can get a Sharpie and cut this off. Lovely unboxing knife. Alright. We got the sharp thing. We're ready to get started. Being extra careful because I keep the boxes for these. I have the box for my Zelda one still too, completely untouched. We're gonna cut on both ends. Again, being extra gentle. I want to be able to open these without issue. Now, the Zelda one thing to note, like it's probably a notable difference because a lot of people said that this one doesn't have it, but the Zelda one actually has a stand for the little console, so it can actually act as an alarm clock if you want. I don't think it has alarm functionality, but these things, for their size, have actually very potent speakers. Who'd have thought? So let's pop this guy open. Special thanks to you on the side of the box. Okay. They all come with a little Type-C charging cable, because, like I said, you can recharge them. Now, okay, so they were right. The Mario one does not have a stand. It's like, this is just going to be the system. But the Zelda one actually has a little box. It's got, like, it's black here, and it's got a Triforce symbol, and it has a stand. So you can actually stand it up and put your Zelda Game & Watch where you can see it and actually view the time on it. And you can run it constantly, or you can just black screen it until you're actually ready to use it. Now, next up is, okay, so we very nicely unfolded all this. I tend to keep these on my desk as something to do if I get bored or I'm distracted or I need to be distracted. So they're kind of handy. You know, nice, quiet, calm. Some of my favorite games ever. Mario was my first video game, by the way. As it was for many 90 kids, I guess. 90s kids. But, 90 kids. Okay. Nobody needs that many goddamn kids. Yeah, so we're going to very nicely just kind of slide this back into the box because the system won't be going back in it. I'm going to hang on to that, keep that out. Charging cable. You know what, I can just throw it to my giant bag of charging cables that I keep. I'm the epitome of cable hoarder because I, as an IT person, we have a cursed. There's a cursed mythology that comes with the whole keeping on your cables and stuff like that. So we never throw out our cables. If as soon as we do, that's when someone either needs one or we need one. Anyways, jumping into the actual unboxing of this system. So it had a nice protective foam little package around it. That is what this one looks like. So this one's red. The other one's green. We'll show you that one. Got a little power cable. They got a little Type-C slot for charging. And that is it for the other buttons that can do anything that are actually of any importance. This one has less buttons than the Zelda one, and we'll compare them. But so you got your A, B, directional button, game, time, pause, set. So this is where you can set the time on the device. I don't know if this one's going to have a charge. But the power button on the side here. Okay, we have to jolt it. This is an older model, right? So these ones were sitting in the box for quite a bit. So let's just see if we can get it to fire up. Charge it on this. I keep a Type-C supercharger here. It's actually my ROG Allies charger, which I will get in, which you guys will have a video on to watch at some point. Okay, so it may need a good. Let's see if I can. Okay, there we go. Yep. Okay, so now we're allowed to fire it up. I'm trying to get it in the camera for you. So you got a little thing here. It's telling me to set the time. We'll press the time button. So we'll start with that. Okay. Okay, we're going to set the time. So you press the pause set button, press A, check your time, 2:55. And set it. And now, let's see if we can get a good image of it. It's running as an alarm clock. You can see little Mario things happening, like Mario's running by and Koopas are running by and he's dodging bullet bills and stuff like that. Let's click game and see what we can play. Okay, so just like the Zelda version, now there are less games, but there are games. There is Super Mario Bros., the old school, the classic, and then Super Mario Bros. 2, which was my favorite, actually. I mean, I loved 3, but it's not technically 2. Ah! You little bastard! Ah! Ah! It's not very responsive. I know that it's not very responsive because I played these games as a little kid. But this was... Oh. Oh, shit. Can't pick them up. Fun fact. What? I got ended. Oh my god. Got a life, lost a life. Anyways, so yeah, it didn't take long before it was willing to power back up. Let's just click game here. Yeah, so it's got a Game & Watch game and then 2 official games. So Super Mario Bros. 1 and Super Mario Bros. 2, The Lost Levels. So technically, it's not actually Super Mario Bros. 2, it's The Lost Levels. Mario Bros. 2 was a wildly different game, different color scheme, different gameplay, everything. You could pick up shysters and throw them at people, which I always thought was really funny. You pull a radish out of the ground as Princess Peach and just whoop it at somebody. Eat your damn vegetables! But then, of course, you have the good old classic, which somehow they allow for a 2-player game, and I don't know how that works. Maybe you can connect a controller by Type-C? So, anyways, we'll go back to clock mode. So, this is the Mario one, and it's really hard to see because of the lighting here. Or it's the type of screen, or the camera. I'm not sure what it is, but it makes it hard for it to see. Also, we're sporting our Rick and Morty Oodie today. This is my Christmas present for my fiance. But yeah, this is I really like this one. I like the color scheme. I like the feel of the games, just and how vibrant and pretty the screens are. So I mean, sure, you only get two versions of the same game, but it's still kind of cool. And these were made as little collectibles, so I don't know if they're going to be continuing. Honestly, I would love if they did one for their remaining franchises. So if they did a Zelda, or sorry, they did a Metroid one, or maybe a Kirby one. I think do those to complete, like, this is like these are your main franchises, but that would be really cool. I'd enjoy that. You can just power it off and it'll just keep the time. I'm going to leave it to charge for a little bit. We're going to go over the Zelda one. We're going to just same video. We unboxed one of them, and we didn't unbox the Zelda one when it came out, but I've had it for quite some time. Another present for Christmas from my fiance. Buys me a lot of stuff. So this is the Zelda one. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on here, but it is actually displaying the time. I'm going to set the time. Set time. Okay, so let's see if we can get you. So you can see, you could actually, in this one, you can actually run around and, like, kill Octos and stuff like that. You can wipe out Octoroks and destroy enemies as Link. You can actually do these things. This one was a little more inclusive for the games. So as I said, this one has 3 different versions of the game, plus the Vermin game, and then you get Timer, which obviously switches it back into clock mode. So yeah, you got Zelda 1, 2, and Link's Awakening. And again, they took the other method, they gave it a select and start button, which is nice, because, I mean, the other one doesn't have that, which I think, honestly, that's the main revision there for physical changes, is the rest of the buttons are the same, except they actually gave you a start and select button, because you cannot properly play a Zelda game without being able to access the item menu. It's just not how it works. Oh. Ooh. And then, one thing this one does, we'll check the other one, but it has a little Triforce symbol that lights up when the backlight's on. I don't know if the other one does that. No, it doesn't. But I think that's a really cool touch, because, I mean, they took the Zelda one and they made improvements. They didn't say, you know, we'll just release another of the exact same thing but with different games. No, they're like, how can we make this better? And they did exactly that. And I mean, for a $70 price tag, I mean, that is the rough equivalent of what these games would have cost you if you were to count in, like, inflation and stuff. That's what it would have cost you to buy these games now. So you get 3 of them per system. You get 3 in one system, 2 in the other system. Like I said, technically that's not 3, but anyways. And I think really all they're missing is just, like, complete the series, guys. Do a Metroid and a Kirby one, and I think I would buy the crap out of those. They would look fantastic, especially if you had them all. Maybe do a Game & Watch one that has all the Game & Watch stuff, because he's another classic Nintendo character. From what I've played of this so far, all the games play very crisp. They're very easy to handle, and it's a nice way to kill a couple minutes. I have a Game Boy Advanced on my desk with 3 games, one of the games being 150 games in one cartridge, and I love it. It's great, but these are... I feel like these are the most authentic ways to enjoy those titles nowadays, unless you have Switch Live, which then you can play all the different... We have the family pack and stuff, so... I really like these, and I want to see more of them. They're a nice little collectible, but obviously, I mean, Nintendo tax, they don't go down in price ever. And I know that these were, their prices were jacked up for a little bit there, you know, scalpers trying to make a profit and stuff. Anyways, I think that kind of concludes the review here. You know, we went over the features, we went over unboxing one, what the differences are between the two, what they each come with. So I think that kind of covers it. So we're going to call it a video. We're done. But that is... that's the Game & Watch set so far, part 1. We'll call it part 1 in case they do the other 2 that I think they should do. But yeah, these are the Nintendo Game & Watch collector alarm clocks. So you know what? There's a couple different ways you can support our channel. You can like, follow, and subscribe. You can go find me on YouTube where you're watching this. This is Pydera Space First Run live stuff. You can go to Pydera_74, and that's on Twitch. We tend to do a lot of our console streaming on there to start, and then it gets ported over. Nintendo and PC happen at they get streamed simultaneously to both, so don't worry about that. But if you want to catch some of our PlayStation series and our Xbox series, or even if we're doing some Fortnite streaming or Modern Warfare, that's typically where those are going to be played from. So next up is, I mean, there's a couple of different ways to support the channel. First off, like, follow, subscribe each of the 2 different channels there. We want to see you guys. We want to do more stuff for you. And the more stuff we have those likes on, those tell what direction we should kind of lean in. So definitely make sure you're including that. Next up from that is if you want to support our channel, you can actually go buy some energy drinks from W.GG. If you're an energy drinker, you want a pre-workout or something, you're already doing that. Go get it from them. And use creator code Pydera74. We get like 10% on it or something like that. I don't remember exactly what the number is. And it's a really, really good energy drink. I mean, they got me through our move, and I'm probably going to order some so we're ready for our next move, because I don't like moving. It's tiresome. And the last way, of course, and it's the most direct way, and that is actually using the tip links in the video descriptions. We are always happy to put out new content, but I mean, it always helps when we can look at this as a potential, venue of income, because then we don't have to work a 9 to 5 like everybody else. We're as bitter about it as you are, I'm as bitter about it as you guys are, trust me. I work IT for a day job, and don't get me wrong, I love what I do, but if I could make videos for you guys and play some games and stuff, that would be the dream. So anyways, I'm going to punch off. Thanks for checking it out, guys. I told you what to do for support in the channel and stuff. Go do all those things, or one of those things. Take your pick, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.